Alright, hello everyone, this is Animated Block Productions, and hopefully you've seen my new video, if you're watching this, about the M1 Garand. It was just a little test. And so here's just a little behind the scenes video. This video was basically thanks to BrickDodger. Search him up on YouTube. Yeah, he made a behind the scenes video for his Battle of St. Lo video. I suggest you check that out. In which he covered basically his practical effect techniques, many of which I've used here. Okay, so basically for the setup, it's really simple. Since this model was big enough to fit on my desk, or small enough, I just used my little Microsoft webcam, and it's a very simple set. You've just got the wooden wall and then a little house just for the sake of background stuff. You get the idea. And then two very simple minifigures. One, the American soldier with the M1 Garand, and this is actually one of my favorite Lego heads. Don't know if it'll focus on it, but it's one that BrickDodger also uses a whole lot. And then the German officer. Oops. Oh god. His hand falls off all the time, but he has a P08 Luger pistol. Hold on. But yeah, two very simple minifigures. That's all that was used in this animation. Oh my god, hold on. His hand is not cooperating. It's not something you say every day. His hand isn't cooperating. But yeah. So basically what some techniques that BrickDodger uses is, one of the more important is to emphasize lighting. And I would do this in some of my old animations, such as, like, practically every theme of mine had something that fit this that could use, extra light. For example, in Harry Potter, one of the characters casting a spell. In Star Wars, a lightsaber being ignited. And in here, of course, the gun shooting. In my Saving Private Ryan Part 2 animation, the MG-42s inside the bunkers on D-Day, hopefully you could see that when they started firing, I actually added some light to the scene. I just turned on a lamp next to the set, and I thought that looked pretty interesting, and it works well as long as you remember to turn the light off after you're done. Otherwise it's just going to look really weird. You know that lightsaber test? That was an old video that I uploaded recently. I feel like the reason I didn't upload it was because I was really dissatisfied when I realized that I forgot to turn off the light after he turned his lightsaber off. So I think that might have actually been the reason. Hold on, let me see if I can get this phone to focus. So here we have a Lego transparent disc piece. So basically what I did is I put that on the end of the barrel, and then I have this little flashlight thing that if you press a button it opens up, and the light's awfully blue. It's tinted blue, but it's the closest I could find at the moment. This iPhone 5 that I'm recording with does have a flashlight feature. However, it's way too bright and it takes up way too much space. So there is such thing as too much. And then after I snapped that frame in my animation program, I took another one with this Lego translucent yellow cone piece on the end of it, also with the flashlight. This is a technique that BrickDodger uses, though I believe he actually attaches the two together. And I don't think he uses any clear pieces. I think both of these are supposed to be like orange in his animations. I'm pretty sure that's what they are, if I remember correctly. But and then he keeps that. Maybe he keeps it for like a couple frames. I don't know. But I honestly prefer one than the other. And then I honestly can't remember whether or not I did this. I might have, for the frame after the one with the cone, I might have reattached the disc piece, just to give like the look of sort of a fading shot, but I don't think I did that. And then, so basically, the next biggest part with like the German falling over, that was thanks to some non-air drying clay. Air drying clay is good until you're like half an hour into working, and then it just sort of starts to dry up and get really crappy. This stuff doesn't air dry, so I really like that. And that was also what I used for the empty clip flying out. And yes, in the M1 Garand's case, it's called a clip, not a magazine. So the M1 Garand, basically, it has an 8-round clip, and when you shoot the 8th round, it actually automatically ejects the empty clip, and it makes a very distinctive clank noise. And I couldn't find any clank noise like this in my animation program, since there's like a few sample sounds in it for weapons, but like I guess the M1 Garand isn't significant enough. And I'm too lazy to find my own sound, or like, not really find my own sound, that's kind of weird. Get sound off of other sites where there actually would be an M1 Garand clank, and then import it into the animation. I'm too lazy to do that. But basically, I just attached a really small amount of clay onto the clip. This is actually a loaded brick arms clip because, like, I don't know how to make it look unloaded without actually cutting it apart, which I don't like doing unless necessary. And then I animated it with several frames. One attached to the weapon, one or two more attached to the arm, and then a couple attached to the wall to make it look like it was flying out. Yeah, animation is just all manipulation of what you can and cannot see. And then one technique that I found worked well in Saving Private Ryan Part 2 was actually using some red clay. Except back then, when I made that animation, it dried with air, like it was air dried, like Play-Doh or something, and like attached the disc piece to it, so basically I used the red clay as blood, as sort of a wound. I attached some to wherever the character would get shot, and then I put the disc piece on top of the wound to make it look like you get what I mean. And here I got really annoyed because I realized I had kept the disc piece on his face for like 3 frames, but I wasn't willing to go back and change it because then I'd have to reanimate the clip flying off, so yeah, I guess I'll just have to live with that. But yeah, those are basically the main techniques used. Remember to check out BrickDodger, since his behind the scenes video pretty much made all this possible. And I'll see you guys later. So as for now, this is Animated Block Productions, signing off.